Did you hear that we're so funny that SNL is stealing our shtick about Victor being on the pot?
I missed that one.
Oh my God.
Was that yesterday or was that the last week?
It was like a week or two ago, and it's like, it has like, the segment's just hilarious because they're pretending they're in space and they're like trying to look like they're floating and stuff, and then they're talking about, so on the skit, like Victor's trying to record something for NASA, and then all of the other guys like are floating around and messing up, and the Canadian guy's like, and he has like the flag and all this stuff, and then at one point they're talking about the toilet being broken, and then Jeremy shows up and he's like, it's stuck on my dick, and he's like, it's suctioned, you gotta help me, Victor. And Victor's like, oh my God. And I was like, oh my God, they're literally doing the exact same thing we did on the pod. And then Jessica said she wants credit from SNL.
I know, I want writing credit.
She's like, I want some credit for that. And I was like, me too now.
This is Jessie.
This is Kiki.
And this is Two Girls, One Haircut.
Oh my God, here we are.
Two Girls, One Haircut, and SNL.
Mm-hmm. Surprise!
We blew up, bitches.
I'm a writer for SNL.
Uncredited.
Check my wiki, it'll say it.
We should go do that today. Let's go make a wiki page.
I'm gonna go make a wiki page for myself. People are like, she's right, it's on her wiki. That's crazy. Oh God.
I heard there's a new drinking game when people listen to your show.
Is it when we do the
or me going, oh my God.
Hey, I've got some questions. Can I sneak in?
No.
Yes.
I'll come back.
Bang.
Number one, what is your biggest rational or irrational fear when traveling?
My biggest rational fear is flying, and my biggest irrational fear is flying.
Roman Empire. Well, if anybody remembers my Roman Empire, it's that I'm gonna die, or somebody's gonna. It's actually that someone else is gonna die. I'm just always worried about it. So
no, I actually used to have a really, really bad fear of flying, and you know the way to get over it? You fly.
You fly.
You fly a lot.
You have to fly for your job, and you don't have a choice.
Yeah, that's how you get over it, turns out.
No, my irrational fear is always that, like, I'm always worried about something like a car accident or something. I don't know. Or like, I'm trying to think what would be irrational. That's rational, probably.
Oh, I know yours.
What?
Your irrational fear is that while we are away...
Oh, my husband's going to die.
Yeah, no, that he's going to choke and die.
Yeah, choke while eating.
What do you say?
I'm not laughing
Half
at
moons.
that.
Half moons.
Half moon scare. Yeah,
She won't let him eat something like a hot dog that has like a whole
here's
piece
the
where it
reason.
could, like,
do you want to know the reason?
Get stuck in your throat.
We go on vacation with his parents to London to go on a cruise around the UK, right? Like Scotland, Ireland, all that. And we're at the hotel before we get on the cruise, and we're having an English breakfast, and they have sausage, okay? And he's eating the sausage, and he's drinking everything, and he, like, goes to drink after he's eating, and it's, like, stuck and blocking his airway, and he spits out all the orange juice, and he can't breathe.
Oh, my God.
And I was so freaked out, and his parents are so, like, not freaked out about this. And I'm like, oh my God. And, you know, because he couldn't get the juice down. So it all comes out, and he's like, kind of has this look on his face. And Bill's on the other side of, like, the thing, trying to pick out what sausage he wants. And Barbara's just like, huh? And I'm like, Bill, Garrett's choking. And I yell bloody fucking murder to the point where people get up to come over and help us.
Did you have to do the Heimlich on him?
No, but the guy did, like, kind of like pat him, and it wasn't like stuck all the way down. It was just like blocking. Does that make sense? So enough that, like, he wasn't breathing and getting stuff. He's like, I could still breathe. He always says this to me. I could still breathe. I'm like, your face and the juice going over, dude, you were dying. So now I've always had this irrational fear that I'm going to go somewhere away and my husband's going to die eating. He's going to watch something funny on YouTube and be laughing and then choke and die. I don't know. I'm just worried about it. I'm not worried about me dying. I'm worried about everybody else dying.
So we'll be like sitting outside and she's talking to Gare and she'll be like, half moons, babe, half moons. Cut your food into half moons.
He's like,
so
I'm making hot dogs. And I'm like, no, you're not. And he's like, I am. And I was like, half moons. And just because like, I don't even know what you're talking about. And I was like with kids, you cut round things into half moons.
So that way
half circles, so the kid can't choke. And you're like, I didn't know that. And I'm like, well, thank God you don't have kids you're feeding. Because, like, my God, cut your kitty kibble in half so Penny doesn't choke.
Now, I have 6 questions here, and they all seem to have a common theme. Perhaps it's because you have a main topic. I mean, it's not Gare eating. They have this common thing, but perhaps that's going to be what the main topic is for the show today?
Yeah, because
we're talking about death and disappearing on vacation.
Because, we're on vacation. So, we're at night, kind of like, what do we do?
No, we, like any sane person, went on vacation and we're like, it's nighttime. We're putting on Netflix. What are we going to do? We're going to watch things about people dying on vacation. Okay.
Getting murdered, disappearing.
Yeah, 100%.
All the things.
All right. If you're still listening, here's question number 2. If you disappeared on vacation, what would be the most suspicious detail?
I don't understand this question.
That my designer bag was left behind.
Oh, like that would make me go, something's wrong?
Yes.
Because you're not there?
Yes.
Oh,
because you would be like, you look around and be like, her Louis right there. Everything is not okay right now.
Yeah. Well, if it was at the beach, I'd be like, those donuts aren't eaten. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one for you.
I know,
like
right?
Your purse is left behind.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Oh, your chapstick.
Oh, yeah. Like your
chapstick is sitting there.
Missing?
Oh, it's like it's spinning around like you've been taken so quickly that
it's spinning on the coffee table.
Yeah.
That would 100% be it. You would be like, my God, she goes nowhere without her chapstick.
No, I'd be like, I'd walk in and there's chapstick on the floor and I'd be like, oh shit.
Something went down.
This is not okay.
She just got real. That was, yes, I think that's the most accurate. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, number 3. What is something that you always do to stay safe when traveling?
Ooh. I mean, we're women, so we're always looking around all the time.
I was like, I bring my bodyguard.
Me?
Yes,
husband.
or my husband. Yeah. The 6-foot guy that walks in the room and says, hey, where's the ice?
Where is ice on every floor?
Is ice on every floor? And the guy's like, I don't know. Are they? He's like, I'm meeting up with them.
I bring Pam because she's so fucking paranoid about everything that I don't have to worry about it. She'll see it coming.
I will say, like, because I travel a lot alone, that usually it's like letting somebody know, okay, hey, I got here, or I'm going out to eat. I'll text you when I'm back in my room.
Oh, 100%. You do that with me all the time, or with probably Pinky.
Yeah, and God bless him because he goes to sleep so early, but he'll be like, whatever time you get in, just send me a kissy face.
We also all have our locations and our phones and stuff shared. Mm-hmm. And like last time we went on a trip that wasn't the beach, I had AirTags in everybody's purse. I put an AirTag in your purse. So when you
didn't?
Yes. So when you went to the conference without us, I knew that you were okay and you made it. And I have an AirTag in Mom's car and it's hidden. It's hidden in the car, so you'd have to go looking for it.
You're that person.
I'm that person, yeah.
Oh,
and I also
God.
have your phone, like where I can track it. But yeah, I'm like AirTag everything.
I've only had one time when I was traveling where I really was like, this guy's giving me the creeps, and it's been years now, but I think I was in Macon, which is not like for us, it's not super far from home.
You were doing for work or whatever.
Yeah. And I remember calling Mom and being like freaked out, and she was like, put your ironing board in front of the door, like set it up so that way, even though you've got like the lock and stuff, like they'd have to like knock the whole thing over.
You would hear it.
Yeah, in order to get into your room.
See, I used to think I feel really safe in hotel rooms because they have like the lock, and then the other thing.
You shouldn't, because I've been asleep in bed and had somebody walk in.
This is the thing. You told me this, and I like freaked out ever since because you were like, I was like, I really feel safe because the doors are really thick. Like I always said, in a zombie apocalypse, if I can't be like in a bunker down like my house, being in a hotel room where like they can't get through that like door probably would be ideal. And you're like, yeah, but I'm like, you're not gonna get murdered in a hotel. And you're like, yeah, but I've been in bed before where all the lights were off and somebody came in because I guess they got the key for the wrong room or something.
Yeah, somebody downstairs gave them the key to my room, thinking like, oh, it was probably like they needed to be in room 408, and instead they gave them 418, and that was mine. And they walked in, and yeah, I was...
See, I always sleep with
asleep in bed.
I always have the lights on. I'm a nightlight person.
And thank God the person was just like, and it was a guy, and he was just like, oh, sorry, and just like...
Shut the door.
I think because all the lights were off and stuff,
confused.
It looked like I was, like... I mean, the windows were closed. I mean, it just felt like somebody was in the room, you know?
Mm-hmm. And he saw you starfishing on the bed and it's like, oh, God. I'm good. Hey, you may have already answered this question. Have you ever had a moment on a trip where you thought this could go very wrong? Did you already touch on that, you think?
Well, So I used to scuba dive a lot when I was living in South Florida, and used to go out with my dive instructor, Scuba Steve. I know. On the weekends we would go diving, and there was this one time when we were diving that we just kind of got separated from the boat, and we basically, ran out of air. You come up, and we were just waiting for the boat to pick us up, and we were just kind of in the middle of nowhere. And I remember thinking, like,
oh, this is how I die?
Yeah. I just remember thinking, like, oh, this is what happens in those movies when people are like...
Or stranded in the middle of the ocean after scuba diving. You're like, how did that happen?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is how that happens.
Oh.
The spoiler alert, they found us.
Well, I don't understand. Really, they did. Oh, you're not a ghost? Different episode.
I'm as pale as a ghost.
So I don't understand, though. Like, why was the boat not there?
Well, I think it was our fault. Like, we got caught in, like, a current, and it just took us further away than we intended to be.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Weird. I mean, I don't...
And honestly, in thinking back, I have no idea how they found us. Probably because they had, like, a low jack on his ass, but...
Yeah,
I was just like, okay. And the only reason I didn't panic is because he wasn't panicking.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But
your instructor panics?
But you're just like sitting there, like waiting for someone to find you bobbing in the water because you're like, God. I can't. There's nowhere to swim to. Like, it's not like we could see the boat. We're like, we just swim
that's
to
what's
it.
Scary. It's not like it's far away and you're like, oh, we just gotta wait for it to come over. Like you can't see it. See that freaks me out. Yeah, no, I am not like I'm a comfortable swimmer, but no, I think this could go very wrong is on our last trip.
We're like this trip? Like the beach trip?
Not wrong to us, but we're like sitting there and it was really cold water. Mm-hmm. It was really rough currents. Mm-hmm. Like when we were at the beach. And so we didn't go swimming. We're very good swimmers, you and I. But we're like, it's cold. I'm not going out in that. And so if you don't know, colder water is waves. Like that's why people can't really surf in South Florida unless it's like early in the morning when it's colder. Because like North Shore in Hawaii, it's cold, right? You got to have the cold water and stuff like that to help with waves. So like we're there, it's colder. Normally when we're there, it's very calm waters, but we're there when it's like cooler out.
Water,
bath water, warm. Well, we're there in April, and it's like the water was very cold. There was lots of waves, and there's people out there with their kids, and I'm just sitting here thinking, one. Like I've said in the previous episode, there is no flag system on the beaches. The only part is where you first come on the island over the bridge, and there's flags there for like what the current like tides are. So unless you're going there, you're not going to know if there's like a rip current or not, if there's really bad waves, if they're giving you flags for stuff. And these people are out with their kids, and they're like not even in the water with their children. And I'm like, someone's going to get sucked out by a rip current. And like you and I, growing up in Florida, you're taught about like serpentine to avoid alligators, how to deal with stuff in the ocean. What happened? Like you've been pulled out in a rip current. How to deal with a rip current. Like you learn that stuff because you grow up in the water. But these people usually are not like used to the water. And I'm just like, they're gonna drown or they're gonna get pulled out. I'm just sitting here thinking, oh my God, and I'm up here, I can't go out and help them. Like I just kept thinking that this is kind of what led to this episode too, because I was like, oh my God, and you hear so often about people dying on vacation because of drowning in rip currents. And I don't mean that as like a funny thing. I just mean like that is scary to me. Not for me. Like I'm a comfortable swimmer. I know, like you said, like you knew when the rip current took you, you had to let it take you and you just pop back up. Like, but people don't know that. They're not comfortable swimmers. They don't understand. Also, you and I float like otters in the water.
I know.
Like, I didn't realize that not everybody floated like that. Like, we never have to tread water.
Yeah.
And it's not even because I'm chunky. Like, apparently you can, it's just like your body, like some people are like more dense and heavy and stuff, and so they like sink like a lead balloon.
Yeah,
And
I remember doing my scuba certification. You had to like tread water for 10 minutes, and I asked
You're like, do I
and I was
really
like,
have
do
to?
I have to physically tread water for 10 minutes, or I just need to keep my head above water for 10 minutes? And they were like, no, you just got to keep your head above water. And I said, okay. And I literally like floated backwards and like laid on my back, and just
We call
kind
it
of,
ottering in the water.
like an otter, and was just like do do do
Yeah,
do do. And
yeah.
there's these like guys next to me who are like
Exhausted.
basically drowning because they're like, and I'm just like, what up?
I come with flotation devices. They're called double Ds.
Me too. I remember. Oh my gosh!
I have no.
It,
I don't even have to lay on my back. I just sit upright in the water, and I'm fine.
it all goes back to the diving stuff. But I was also in a pool of like this is not the same night, but like all as part of like me getting open water certified, and a lot of it you do the training in a pool before you actually
before you're out in the
get
ocean.
your real certification. And I remember it was like one of the first times like we went down like under the water, and it's so shallow that like when you're standing you're above water,
You're above water,
and then when you get horizontal, then you're like, okay, now I'm underwater.
I love
And
being
I
horizontal.
I couldn't stay down. I was like that goldfish that like is somewhat dying
and
and
it
he's like
keeps floating.
floating. And so that was me. And
They thought you lied about your weight.
Yes.
So you have to have weights on a belt.
Yes, to help keep you
depending
under,
on your
and they'll
your
always be
individual
like,
person.
so what do you weigh? And then they give you weights based off of your weight.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that they gave me such crap because
They're
they
like,
were
this is
like,
what happens when you lie about your weight.
you're not supposed to be vain when you tell people your weight. You're supposed to be honest. And I was like, I was.
You're
I'm just
like,
very
I told you,
buoyant.
and I just cannot stay down. Jessica's like swimming and her butt's floating.
I was just like, I couldn't even like try.
Yeah,
It's
for
not
so long I didn't realize that wasn't, because I was like, even if you don't know how to swim, just lay back and you'll float.
Yeah,
and
but apparently not
they're like, no,
everybody can do
apparently
that.
that's not a thing. I'm like,
It's a thing for us, but
For
apparently
us,
not
yeah.
everybody.
yeah, which is why we get mad when people fish on the ocean when they're out with their fishing poles, because we just want to otter.
Yeah.
And then there's like fishing lines, and
Yeah.
we're worried we're gonna get like
I'm gonna
we wanna, like,
I'm gonna
we
step
don't
on a
take
hook
flotation
or-
devices out with us. We just
I am a
float.
flotation
I am.
device.
Yeah, we just
All right,
lock
here's
our
number
legs.
5, ladies.
I'm like, oh, I forgot we were doing questions.
Yeah, me too.
Would you rather travel solo or always with someone?
Always with someone.
Me too.
I cannot.
I think because a lot of what I've had to do over the years is traveling solo. It's just not. It's not a lot of fun. I would always rather travel with somebody.
I actually love traveling in like groups, like bigger groups together. If you know, like selecting the group. I don't
Okay.
mean like 50 people. I mean like there's 6 of us, or 5 of us, or 4, and we're gonna not just like Gare and I or something.
I
Like
don't know. I'm like, that's still a lot of people to accommodate.
No, but I feel like what it is, it depends on where you're going. Like if you're going to Disney, and then it's like, if you want to participate in this, y'all can participate.
Then you've always got a partner.
Yeah,
to do
and if
something
not,
with.
no judgment. You don't have to hang out, but everyone can do their own thing, and whoever wants to join in can join in.
Yeah.
But I'm not I think solo traveling, that just seems so dangerous, especially as a woman. I'm like, that's crazy.
I mean, props to people who can do it. I'm just not that person. Like
No, I can't do it.
Yeah, it's not.
My final
It's not
travel
It's
question.
not the experience I'm looking for.
Me either.
Number 6. What's one travel situation that you would absolutely panic in? Actually, absolutely panic. I don't like to end sentences with a preposition.
Whoa, grammar. Bitch. Jessica wrote it.
Where you at?
Bitch. That's a card I loved.
I'm like, I don't even know what a preposition is.
Oh my God. Okay. Conjunction, junction, what's your function? Move on. Travel situation you would absolutely panic in?
One where I had to be grammatically correct, apparently.
Oh, yeah. Where they're like, you have to go to the beach with your sister for 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, she's the worst. No.
I think for me, it would be...
A rough plane ride?
No, I was going to say something with really big crowds, probably.
Oh.
Like, I'm always going to have a little bit of anxiety when it comes to, like, doing something with, like, a big crowd.
I'm trying to think
And I'm
of-
talking, like, 50,000 of your closest friends at a concert.
Oh,
Big crowd.
ew, that's awful.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm trying to think because I'm so like particular when I plan a trip that I'm trying to think of situations that would make me panic, but I would never put myself in that situation. So then I'm like, what could possibly happen? I guess maybe
when someone's
like
singing you happy birthday.
yeah, when someone's singing me happy birthday and I'm like, oh my god, in public. No, maybe like when we were in the UK and we had a tour guide that like drove us around the island. What was the island?
Guernsey?
No, not Guernsey. We did go to Guernsey, but it wasn't Guernsey. Orkney. And they drove us around. It was Scotland. And now Bill and Barbara had already used this guy, so like I knew he was like normal and legit. But I guess if you hired someone and then like they abandoned you in the middle of somewhere or something, or but I would never like hire a rando. You know what I mean? Like, they hired him the first time and they didn't know? I'm like, no. Mm-mm.
Binky and I hired a rando to take us around. He was really good, other than...
Boston.
Yeah, I was going to say Boston.
He was really great, other than trying to get us high.
I grew up in the 90s. I was taught to never get in a car with someone you don't know. Lyft and Uber is so strange to me. They're like, it's totally fine. He's not going to murder you. I'm like, you don't know.
He turned around to talk to us a lot, and I caught him looking. Well, I caught him looking.
Oh, at
he
me?
was speaking at the boobies.
At the girls.
Oh, I would be like, keep your eyes on the road, motherfucker. I don't want to die in a car crash.
Not that you're checking out your wife's rack, just
yeah,
more
who
like
cares about that. I'd be like, can you focus on the road? You can look at me later. No one looking. It's fine. You upset me so much when you said people are paying attention to me. I don't like that.
What do you mean?
Because I said I'm invisible and nobody's looking, so I'm living my best life. And you guys were like, yeah, people are looking.
Oh, yeah, because you're hot as fuck right now.
No, it's not funny. It really stresses me out.
Are you serious?
Yes,
right now?
I don't like it. I want to be invisible. I'm like, I can do whatever I want because nobody cares. And you're like, oh, they're looking.
Oh, my God.
Okay, whatever. So we're into the meat of the episode now.
The only thing surprising is that you're surprised.
Yeah, we're in the meat of the episode. And yeah, we are like 100% talking about people getting kidnapped, murdered on vacation.
Yeah, we watched a lot of like murder vacation things while we were away. We watched the Madeleine McCann like thing on Netflix.
Well, we don't know that she's not alive, right?
No, we don't.
We don't. I guess it all started because I was talking, like I said, about the rip current thing.
Yeah.
And people drowning on vacation or something like that. And then I said, how do you ever get over that trauma? I mean, trauma's trauma. That's terrible. But
like, how do you ever recover from that?
because I'm on vacation making sure nobody dies all the time. I'm always worried it's coming. Like, that's my Roman Empire. I'm like, is somebody going to die? What's going to happen? Is someone going to murder us? Like, what's going on? I check my closet every night before I go to bed when we left the house. Because
I didn't check my closet
I know
once.
you did. I checked your closet for you.
Oh, thank you.
And I wanted to make sure, like, I wasn't going to get murdered. And I'm thinking most people don't worry about getting murdered, right? They're just like walking around, living their best life. They're on vacation. They're like, everything's amazing. And then one of their family members dies or drowns or something, and then it's like the best memory of your life is linked with the most traumatic.
Yeah.
Like, how do you ever get over that?
Lots
because
of
to
therapy.
me, like, they probably didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
If it happened to me, I'd be like, I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. You know what I mean? I'm like, I told you. Half moons, Gare. Half moons. I told that motherfucker half moons, and he didn't listen. He just ate the hot dog.
That's going to be your eulogy.
His or mine?
Yours, the one that you give for him when he dies.
I told you, motherfucker, half moons.
That's going to be on the headstone. Half moons.
Half moons, motherfucker. Learn from his mistakes. So that's how it started. Because I was just like, I don't know how you get over that. Like, it's just crazy to me. And then we were like, we should watch some stuff on Netflix. And we were like, oh, this person died. This person. And then Mom and I went into this like whole thing about all these people who've disappeared on vacation. And like, there's been a lot recently, right?
Okay.
Like, so there was that one couple in the Bahamas.
Okay.
And they were on a boat, and he's like, oh, she fell out of the dinghy on the way back to our boat. Like, this has been on the news in the last like month.
Okay.
And he's like, she fell out of the dinghy on the way back to the boat, and she had the like the key, like the kill switch for the
Yeah.
engine and everything. And
Yeah.
he's like, and she just, I couldn't find her and get her back from the water. And immediately,
And you want to be like, use the air quotes, honey. Couldn't find her.
As in, and my mom was like, I mean, I kept hitting her with the oar and throwing canned goods at her, and she just wasn't coming back. That's what Mom said. I just kept trying to help her by throwing heavy things at her, and it just didn't work.
I was like, here, catch. It's the anchor.
And, her daughter immediately is like, I call foul play. They have a toxic relationship.
Oh, okay.
They're not
like,
normal.
Is that her parents, though? Or is it like stepdad? Or
See,
like.
I don't know
Oh.
that.
I don't watch the news. So,
I know you don't. But
like
I don't,
ever, because that's toxic.
well, but you did hear about the one in Hawaii. Now that's not on vacation, but they're in a vacation destination.
Yeah.
They live in Hawaii.
Yeah.
This was a new one too, and it was
Because that went to trial, or it's in trial right now, or something like that.
like he just got
right?
convicted.
Okay.
Yeah.
For being a jackass.
So they're from Maui,
Okay.
and he was found guilty of attempted manslaughter after attacking his wife Ariel.
Like
I
the
know.
Little Mermaid.
Now she's alive, thank God. With a rock on a hike on Oahu's Palipuka Trail. I don't know. I probably said that wrong. But this,
Palipuka.
so he was just convicted, and he says that they're on this trail. First of all, how fucking dumb are you? This is men for you, that they cannot plan how to properly murder
I'm
their
like,
wife.
I can't open
He's
the
like,
fridge and find the ketchup, but
he's
I'm
like-
gonna plan a murder and get away with it.
I know. We're on the best day in Hawaii. It's beautiful. We're on a public trail on a great day, and I'm going to try to murder her and push her off a cliff and get away with it. He attacks her with a rock, and there are other people there, and they see and come.
I thought you had a spider on you.
I was trying to get it off of you. And she's like, oh my God. And then he turns around and says, no, she attacked me first, and I was trying to defend myself. He had a syringe on him. Gear's
Maybe
like,
he's-
yeah,
maybe he's diabetic.
No, he's not. He's an anesthesiologist.
Oh, jeez.
And Gear's like, yeah, I always carry my safety syringe in case I'm getting attacked while I'm hiking in Oahu or wherever. Like, please. And then he tried to be like, no, she attacked me first. And
If
it
I've
was just
learned anything from the
coincidence.
pit, it's that you're always supposed to
Doesn't have a
safety
syringe
on
oh
you.
my God, I know, right?
I know.
He's like, you had that pretty quick. I'm like, judgmental much? If you know, you know.
Oh my God.
So then that's been in the news. It's been like everywhere lately. So we watched Madeleine McCann, because then we were talking about that. Mm-hmm. And that, I mean, I
was gonna say, so for people like there's a Netflix documentary.
It came out a while ago.
Yeah, and for people who are familiar but also not familiar, you're like, I know this story. What was it again? In 2007, 3-year-old Madeleine McCann disappeared while she was on vacation in an apartment in, how do you say it, Praia de Luz, Portugal? Basically, she was in Portugal.
They're in Portugal.
And her family and the family friends
It's like the ocean club.
were dining nearby. So she had been left sleeping with her siblings, and when her mother came to check on them later that night, Madeleine was gone. And then, obviously, anytime a 3-year-old child goes missing, always a big deal. Lots of media, countless theories, ranging from abduction to accidental death. They've never found her. Mm-hmm. And, like, the disappearance still remains unsolved.
There's so many things about that case that I'm just like weirdly obsessed
Do
about.
you think she was kidnapped?
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, you say, well, yeah, but then people were like, well, maybe she just like wandered.
Oh,
Almost
no,
like a
that's the
3-year-old
dumbest thing
doesn't
I've
get
ever
out of
heard.
bed and wander off.
No, she
Like,
did not wander off. I think that's the dumbest theory I've ever heard in my life. I think people being like, I think the theory more accurately where like one of the news guys was like, there was a huge trench along the sidewalk right there because they were doing construction work. And he was like, did she fall down there and get covered up?
I'm like, but why would a 3-year-old get out of
No,
bed?
she didn't.
And then
She
go
totally got
outside
kidnapped.
and fight a trench.
I mean, it's insane to me, and I don't want to victim blame, but it's crazy to me that they left her alone in the room. And
But I mean,
people are like, that's so normal, but Mom would have never done that with us. Mom would have never done that.
but I mean, I guess you're like, she's with her siblings.
They
and-
said the door wasn't locked.
Oh, yeah, I don't know, but
That's what's crazy. The door's not locked. I mean, it's tragic, and no one deserves to have that happen to them. But I'm also like, because mom would never do that, to me that seems insane. And they did check on them, like they said every 20 minutes they would go and they would check on them and stuff. And I guess when one of the other men went and checked, like the door was unlocked, he said, and stuff like that. But I'm like, no.
I was gonna say though, do you think maybe they locked the door, but then the door was unlocked when she was like taken, and so
yeah, I don't know. But then
they like question like, did I lock it? Did I not lock it? I don't know.
I don't know. But also, you know, they say I'm sure there's more details than they tell you in this documentary, but she says she goes and she sees Madeleine's not there. And then she runs back to tell her husband and everybody. And I'm like, did she not go check on the other kids?
Well, I think the other kids were in the same room, right?
I don't know. I feel like there's two other kids. I wouldn't want to leave them alone.
Yeah,
like,
I get that.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I would be like, you lost.
But maybe you don't have a phone. Maybe you left your phone.
Yeah, she probably didn't. Yeah, she didn't have her phone and stuff. It's just crazy. So, like, my whole thing is, it's like, how do you ever leave that location after something like that happens?
Oh, you mean like you're not from there?
Yeah, like, so you're not from there. You lose your kids cannot, whatever. And it's more not that they die, right? And you have closure.
It's what if you don't have closure?
Yeah, you don't have closure, and you're like, how? You're not abandoning your child if you leave, but like, how do you not feel like that? That would be such a normal response, to feel like, I can't leave here. How can I leave my kid? How can I do that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's so crazy. And then the other thing I think I said to you, like, what are the other families because they were vacationing with a group of families. And I'm like, what does the other family do? Like, do they go home?
And I was like, no, you step up and you watch the other kids.
Which makes sense then.
You are the person that takes everything else off of them, so all they have to do is
worry
focus
about
on finding their child, right? So that way they don't have to think about anything else. Because you're like, I mean, in essence, your vacation's ruined too.
Oh, yeah. Well, the vacation of everybody there, because like they said, like everybody there immediately got together, like staying at this big like resort vibe, and they're all like, oh yeah, we'll go help you look, we'll go find and stuff. And like, mom was like, oh, well, if we were there on vacation, I would have gone home.
Which I thought was surprising. And
Why?
then I was like,
I think that makes so much sense.
I don't know, because I'm like, it's your vacation. Like, and if you're not connected to these people, like...
Their kid is missing. There's police everywhere. There's media. How can you hang out at the pool and have a good time knowing these people's child was taken from this resort? That's crazy to
I don't know.
me.
I guess maybe just because I don't have kids, so it's not like the first...
I wouldn't
in
stay.
my mind.
I would leave. I mean, I would be like, this is so traumatic. I can't be here. I just couldn't do it. Like, I would be so, even if I was there and didn't have kids, I would leave. And then I'm like,
do you stay then and help them try and like...
Well, I think it makes sense, because some people said they stayed and they immediately like went out and were part of the search parties. That totally makes sense to me. Like, if they were like, we need people to go search this hillside over here, I would be like, 100% I will help you.
Would you be suspicious of the first person out of that party, out of that group who did leave?
Because I've watched Mindhunter too many times.
Out of the party, like, that was there with them?
Yeah, maybe 25 people who they see eat, randomly every evening. And then, I mean, it does put the downer on everybody else's trip. But of all those people who decides they're the first one.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I would
also the person who like volunteers too eagerly to like help.
Oh, they talk about that, because there's a guy who like lives there and he's like inserting himself in it, and everyone's like, that's so
we all
weird.
know that's like serial killer-ish.
It is. They want to know everything. They want to get involved. They want to
insert themselves.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's so. Well, what was crazy is they were like, oh, there's this footage of like right after Madeleine went missing, and it's at a gas station a few hours later, and there's a lady, and it's like because it's grainy footage, so it's not great, but it's a little girl standing next to a lady waiting to check out at a gas station, and it looks just like Madeleine. I mean, like, shockingly like her. And she had like a birthmark on her eye, so it looked like a dark line going from her iris all the way down, right? Like, so very identifiable, like, kind of thing on her. So you would be like easily able to, if someone said, I thought I saw her, and like look at her and be like, even now, like if she was still alive, you would be able to be like, look, she has that mark on her eye, right?
Do you think she's still alive?
No.
Why?
Like, because the odds of it, like, a kid.
Well, but like the thing is, you kidnap a kid that young, they're not gonna. I mean, like, how much do you remember from when you're?
So what,
3?
you think they like kidnapped her and then they raised her and then she's going to do like DNA testing and find out she's Madeleine McCann?
Well, I mean, they could, but I mean, I don't know how in abroad countries, like, how big they are into the whole DNA testing thing, like they are in America. But you get what I'm saying? Like, but I mean, like, think about it. How much do you remember from like before you were 3 or 4? I mean,
I don't
like,
remember anything.
You know, whoever you grow up with and around, like, that's your family. So, I mean, I'm like, in theory, you could, kidnap a child and, like, that's it.
Are you guys confident that Pam and Derek are your parents?
Oh my God, yeah. Jessica's so much like Dad.
I guess we are now.
I actually have done the DNA ancestry thing, and it's like, you don't know this guy. No, no, yeah. So I actually did it because I thought, God, maybe these aren't my parents. maybe I'm Madeline. Here's hoping. No, I don't know. For some reason, I don't feel like she's alive. But then there's other cases, like the one with the cruise ship, where in the 90s the girl fell off. Or not, she didn't fall off. She went missing on the cruise.
Oh, was that the one that?
It's like Amy. Oh God, what was it called? I have it. Hold on.
That was more recent than the 90s, wasn't it?
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. I mean, there are rumors, there are images apparently of her. She was sex trafficked.
Yeah, being sex trafficked and stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was like 90.
There was a military guy who saw her picture and said, "Well, yeah, I just hooked up with her at the steakhouse, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like she could be alive for sure. Oh yeah, 98. Amy Bradley. She went missing in 98, but they just did like a documentary about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was like 23 years old, and what irritates me about that is like the family's like, she's not here. You have to shut down and not let people go off like onto port, right? And they're like, we can't do that. And I'm like, yeah, you can. Spend an hour and do like a search and don't let anybody leave. Just an hour. Like I feel like that wouldn't happen now because people would be more consider you like held liable on a cruise ship, but like that's crazy to me. I think she could easily be alive.
Yeah.
And there are people that are like, well, maybe she got pregnant and then like she doesn't want to get away because people are like, oh, I saw someone in a bathroom and she looked just like her and everything and talked to me.
But
and
you're
like,
also like, what could possibly happen that would keep you away? Or, you know, I don't know.
Well, because they're saying that they, like, people think with her that she was sex trafficked and that the reason she's still not she didn't come home or try to escape or whatever is because she has a kid and they're like keeping her kid.
Okay.
Right? So
Gotcha.
then she doesn't want to leave her child. Like that idea. Because, yeah, you want to be like, I don't know. I just never understand not doing everything you can to fight to get away. It's kind of like
Mom always says like that if someone was trying to kidnap her, and I think of this because of the Nancy Guthrie thing, but Mom always says like, oh, if someone's trying to kidnap me, like I'm doing everything to the point where they're going to kill me on the spot.
Yeah,
because
don't go to a second location.
Yeah, because she's like, don't go to a second location. But I think, unfortunately, I am delusional enough to think if I can just stay alive, I can get out. Yeah. And that would be the thing that would maybe make me go to the second location. Like if I'm like, if I'm dead, there's nothing I can do. But if I'm alive, there's always a chance, right?
Yeah, I guess it would all depend on the circumstance. Like the kidnapping circumstance of them trying to take you, right? Because but I would feel like, I don't know. I would be so difficult to kidnap. They would be like, ugh, she's so difficult. Let's not kidnap her. Have you heard her podcast? She's the worst.
The other show we watched, The Predator of Seville, or Sevilla. Oh, whatever, Sevilla.
Oh my God, that is so infuriating.
Well, it definitely made me like harken back to like our college days because we
overseas.
Yeah, we did study abroad and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I would say our study abroad was much more controlled.
Oh yeah, because I'm not saying like it was like this.
So this is like a group of like
of American
different colleges,
students.
and they a lot of them go to Spain, right, to do like study abroad programs. But the thing is, like,
when you're there, you can travel so easily to other places, and so there was this Spanish tour guide who owned this tour company, and his name was Manuel. They call him Manu Blanco, and he targeted young women, mostly American students, while traveling and studying abroad, and would sexually assault them.
And like the first story they told, which is the main girl, who is trying to get justice for everybody else, I'm like, she did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I know victim blaming happens, and I'm guilty of doing it, but there's so often where you hear a scenario, and I'm like, that would never happen to me because I wouldn't even be in that scenario. Like, just also because of my personality. Like, I wouldn't go, and I wouldn't go party at this thing. But, like, in her case, they're on this trip. She's with a ton of other students. It's also considered a reputable company. Like, they have like the school logos of all the schools that like support this company, and they go to Morocco. They tell the students, don't leave the hotel. It's not safe to go out. If you want to drink or whatever, do it in the hotel. So already they're like telling you to be safer. And then her and her two other people who are like her roommates on this little Morocco trip, they're all drinking at the bar, and then the guy who actually like owns the company and helps run the tours, he's like, oh, do you guys want to go drink? Do you want to take it upstairs to your room and I'll get a bottle of champagne? But I'm like, she's with two other girls, right? The three of them in their own room, not even his room. Now clearly, like, what happens is he drugs them all and he like sexually assaults her. But like, when I'm watching it, I'm not thinking, oh, you're just doing all this stuff that you shouldn't have been doing, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're watching it and I'm like, that could so easily happen to so many people.
Well, one of the things that I thought when she said because it's like the next morning and you're trying to like shake it off and like work through it, and you're like, I still have to, like, I'm in another country.
I still have to get back
and all this other stuff. And she was like, I didn't even know how to say rape in
that language.
And I was like, oh, I didn't
She's
even think about it.
What am I going to do? Go to the cops? I don't speak the language.
I didn't even think about it from like that perspective. Like, how do you, with like the language barrier,
communicate?
Even communicate that?
It's so crazy. But like, that guy assaulted so many women.
I know. Like, it was crazy. And he's in jail now.
Oh,
I mean, she, well, and one of the things I thought was interesting is there was a girl who was doing an art project, and
how she found her,
how she found her, because and she's like, I need people to submit like, oh,
this is the best worst day of your life,
the audio of it.
And the girl who's the main girl, she tells her story about her worst day, which is like this rape scenario that happened to her, and she doesn't say where it was. She doesn't say it's in Morocco or on this trip or anything. And the girl's like, the art student is like, this sounds so much like this other girl I know who had something happen, and messages her back and is like, did this happen in
this place with this company?
And she's like, oh my God. And it just like blows up from there.
And she puts them together and they find out like, oh my gosh,
all these people have been, which I mean, it makes sense. Usually if people are like a predator, they're a serial predator.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like, it's not a one-off.
Yeah.
Like, men are terrible. So
I think if we've learned anything from this podcast in general, it's that men are the worst.
Men are the worst, and carry a large stick with you at all times so you can beat them. I think this is why women always choose the bear over men.
Oh my gosh. My husband hadn't heard that, and I was like, babe, this is why women choose the bear. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, yes.
Oh, the worst is I saw this thing and it was like, would you rather have, where they ask men, would you rather have your girlfriend, your wife, your daughter come across a bear or a man in the woods? And they all pick the bear. Wow. They're all like, men are kind of terrible. And I'm like, oh my God, it's awful that they're all like, oh yeah, I 100% agree.
I'm like, yeah, I know what I'm getting with the bear.
Yeah. They're like, I mean, I would say the bear because with men, ooh. And they're like, they all are like, oh no, not a man.
It's not even 50-50 with a man. It's like 70-30.
This is so crazy that they're all like, oh yeah, I would never say man. I would always pick bear. And I'm like, oh my God, that says something. That all the men are like, yeah. Instead of asking a woman, because of course women are going to be like,
well, yeah,
a bear.
Of course. Yeah. It's like a man or a shark. Oh, shark.
Shark, 100%. Shark, not a land shark. No, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. We watch all these things about people dying on vacation and like getting attacked and stuff. And so it's hard to go on vacation because I'm just like worried all the time that something's going to happen to us.
Oh my gosh. So then the other one that I've watched before, the Gabby Petito. Is that how you say it?
Oh, is that the one where she's like in a van or something?
Yeah, her and her fiance are like in this van and they are
traveling across the U.S.
Yeah, they're like, doing social media and
because she wants to be like an influencer.
Yeah. And she goes missing and then her body's found in Wyoming, and then later turns out like it's the fiance who killed her, admits to killing her.
And he said that she left him at some place, right?
Oh my God. Yeah, but so that story to me is insane because there are so many red flags in that story. Like, first of all, they get pulled over by the police at one point because they're like fighting or something like that. And then the police are like, hey, are you okay? To him.
Yeah.
Not to her. Like, before she goes missing, they're like, we're going to separate you. Like, they're like, you're clearly having a domestic. We're going to separate you. Is she abusing you? They asked the guy that. This girl doesn't weigh 100 pounds soaking wet. I'm like, are you kidding me? And then they're like, we're going to put him in a hotel and leave you in this van. I'm like, I'm sorry. What? Like, in what world does that make any sense?
Oh,
does that not seem insane to you? And then the trip, like she's missing and her parents are like, we haven't heard from her. And then they find out that he's gone home and he's at home with his parents.
Yeah. Who are basically like helping cover
him. It up. Isn't it Florida?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so Florida.
Yeah. Because all the crazies go to Florida.
Freaking crazy Florida guy. And so they're like, oh, have you heard from her? We haven't seen Gabby. And they're like, oh, well, he came home without her. Yeah, and he's just here, and
we haven't really asked.
We haven't asked. I'm like, you haven't asked where his fiance is after this trip that they were doing together. Like, hello. I mean, come on. And his parents are so shady.
But you know what it makes me think of too? Like, we've talked about this recently, and we talked about it in a joking way. But honestly, I don't know if you've seen any of this come out. So, like with the Taylor Frankie Paul.
Okay.
And remember how like The Bachelorette got canceled because of like her ex Dakota dropped all this stuff saying that she was being abusive and all this other stuff. Well, it all got thrown out. And
rightly so.
And remember when we did that episode, I was like, apparently y'all have never been in a situation where someone is like provoking the shit out of you.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of it like got thrown out because of the judge and his like experience with like domestic violence and like trauma responses and stuff. And
because he was like, clearly she's having a trauma response.
Yeah, exactly. And then saying,
I didn't know that.
They were like, this is a reactive trauma response, right? So
she's not causing
abuse
the fight.
Is not always like loud, deregulated, or obvious. Sometimes it's calm, strategic, image conscious, provoking someone until they explode, and then documenting the explosion.
Oh, that's 100%. So and you had said that. You're like, I wouldn't put it past him that he provoked her and then recorded it.
Yeah, because I'm like, apparently, if you've never been in a situation like that, I can understand why that is not where you would go immediately. But I'm also like, y'all have never been in a situation where somebody won't stop and they won't leave you alone, and you are doing everything humanly possible to disengage. And it's like that pushes you to an extreme that you would never in normal circumstances go to.
She feels like she's fighting for her life though,
again. And it's also like it's not saying the behavior's okay. No. It's just saying that this is reaction to also an abusive situation. And so one of the things that they're revisiting is like right now they have custody, but she has like visitation. Like she can't, I guess, see their shared child without like a supervisor like present. And
why does he get to have the kid?
Well, I'm not saying he does.
But he does, right? Does he have? Or you don't know?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I didn't. But one of the things that they're revisiting is the supervision, because they're saying it's another way that he's trying to control her. Yes. That she can only see her child with him if she's supervised. And they're like, and the judge is like, that's another element of control that
God
he's trying
bless
to
that
exert.
judge.
Thank you. That's what I was saying. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, because normally they would, she's lucky that judge has seen a lot of like stuff like that, because that's not normally what you get. Normally they're like, no, I don't think you deserve this. And it's like awful.
Yeah. And even Taylor was admitting to her role and what she did and that sort of thing, and not saying I shouldn't have done this, or, you know, or I didn't do it. It was like, okay, this is the role that I've played, but it also like this is why, you know, because context is important in these things, right?
She's like, it wasn't out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It was. And also, like, that girl's so tiny.
I know.
Like, we're actually we're worried about him. Oh, please. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's possible. It's possible.
I know
it's
men
just
can
not
be abused.
Statistically, it's not
but it's
probable.
kind of Occam's razor, where it's like, what the most likely thing is probably what it is.
So you are on a trip with Gare.
Okay.
And you're in a van, and it's pushing you to your limits and stuff like that.
I would never go on a trip in a van.
You're like, it's not the
scenario for me.
I'm looking for.
First of all, Gare wouldn't do that either. Okay, but sure.
I think in so many situations, women get into these positions, and it's not because we're intentionally trying to put ourselves in them, right? But it's the idea of like, I don't want to inconvenience anybody, or I don't want to like make someone upset, or I don't want to, you know, like, so it's like you grin and bear it, right? Like,
I mean, I think part of it is like how you're raised, because Mom always said to us, like, if you're in a situation you don't like it, leave it. If you're not happy, find a police officer. Go to a church.
Yeah, but you get anxiety going to Tessa's birthday, and I'm like, we can leave that at any time, and you're like,
yeah, but I'm not worried about my life. Like, I'm just saying, like, if I was her and I was in this stupid freaking van and I was with someone that like we were having a toxic relationship, or we were having all this stuff, like, I don't know, I'd go find like, even if I didn't have a cell phone, I'd be like, I'd go to a police station and be like, I need to call my mom because I need to get out of here. Like, I would call anybody. Like, I would do anything to not be in that situation. Because you got to think about it. Like, also, I don't want to be uncomfortable and have to be in this, so I wouldn't put up with it. Like, for me, I'm like, do anything you have to get out of the situation. Like, I don't understand people who are being harassed in public and like at a bar, and they don't yell like, this person's harassing me. Like, I would stand up on the chair and be like, this person right here is harassing me. I would do it in front of everybody. So at least if something happened, everybody would be like, oh yeah, that crazy bitch with the haircut, she got up on a chair and was pointing at that guy. We all got footage of it. Like, I just don't understand that. Like, it's like they always say on My Favorite Murder, like, don't be polite. Fuck being polite.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? Make a scene.
So one of my favorite authors, like Amanda Ripley, did this book called Unthinkable, right? And she talks about all these scenarios in which people basically go with the status quo and have
like herd mentality.
Yeah, like this herd mentality, and have these experiences. And one of them that she used was this fire at a clubhouse. And she's like, there's a fire and there's smoke and all this stuff. And somebody runs in and is like, you guys got to leave. Everything's on fire. But because this person wasn't like a manager, they were like, well, we're going to wait and see what the manager says.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
there's
in
fire
what world?
And you need someone to tell you.
I'm like, exactly. I'm like, I don't need someone to tell me the smoke coming from under the door is a bad thing.
Yeah. Like how dumb are you?
But also, I am that person that I like to have the what is it, Apple CarPlay up, and I want the map.
Oh my
on there
God, you're
telling me like how to get to the beach.
You get so mad,
but I don't want the actual.
Just want the audio.
Yeah, the actual thing telling me
this is us on our way.
The next 300 feet, take a left.
You're like, mind your business.
Exactly.
You're so crazy. She gets so mad when Apple CarPlay tells her to turn left, and she's like, maybe I don't want to turn left. I'm like, Jessica, you're supposed to turn left. And she's like, well, I don't need it to tell me. You mute it like hard because you don't want it to tell
but
you.
I'm just saying, like, we have all these like natural instincts that we fight against, and I am that person who it's like, if somebody came in and was like, well, no, we need to wait for a manager, I'd be like, fuck the hierarchy, fuck the manager, like, no, peace out, bitches. Like, but that's who I am. Like, that shit doesn't bother me, but there's other people who it would bother.
I think that's why I have trouble, like, whenever I see, you're right, because it's not for me to be, I'm not trying to be judgmental on how you react in a situation. I'm just saying I can't relate because that's not my personality. Because I think her whole book is also like, it's how people react in all kinds of situations. Do you follow the herd? Are you not? Are the person that steps up? Because she talks about 9/11. She talks about all these different scenarios.
Kind of like the psychology, the part about 9/11, where the building gets hit and it takes them 45 minutes to evacuate.
To decide to evacuate.
Because they're like, oh, nobody's told us to leave.
Oh my God. I'm like, get it together.
Yeah. I'm like, nobody's told you that a plane hitting a building probably means you should get the fuck out.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
But again, it's so easy to say it like in hindsight and in that situation. But again, there's a thing called normalcy bias, right? And that the idea is that something that always occurs normally will continue to occur normally because it's always done it. It's always been that. Everything is okay because everything has always been okay.
Oh God, see,
right?
but I'm like, everything's not okay.
I know,
so
but that's just because your natural inclination is we're fucked. Everything is awful.
I think what we're saying is worrying is good because it's going to keep you alive.
It's going to keep you alive. Yeah, but most people don't have that. It's the same reason why it takes men, I think it's 7 to 9 seconds longer to realize they're in danger than women.
Oh, because it would take my husband like 35
we're naturally
seconds.
inclined to constantly be looking for danger.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know. I'm like constantly worried. And my husband's like, I think it's fine. And like his pants are on fire. And I'm like, it's really not.
Which means most women are going to be like 30 seconds into this podcast and be like, we know it's awesome. It's going to take men another like 2 minutes to figure it out.
They're like, I didn't realize at first, but then I was like, they're geniuses.
This is Jessie.
This is Kiki.
And this is Two Girls, One Haircut.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, this is Jessie. Real quick, before you go, if you aren't doing this already, please don't forget to follow us, rate us, and leave us a review. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. But 5 stars only, because really, who needs that kind of negativity in their life? And if you've made it this far, you're basically family. So let's act like it and share the episode. Okay, bye.